ladies and gentlemen, today we got cop calls 911 after discovering son's horrifying secret. This cop snitched on his own son to the popo. Let's see what's going on.
And somebody just drove off the side of the road and purposely hit her.
Yo.
Poor kid. I don't think she felt
Snitch 99.
like she had a kid too.
Oh my God.
That sounded like Snitch 99 to me, bro.
Where's the son of a...
Booyaka, booyaka.
When a woman out for a jog is struck and killed in broad daylight, Arizona deputies scramble to find the truck that fled the scene. But their desperate search for the perpetrator takes a shocking turn when they receive a phone call no one saw coming.
I'm not asking for favoritism, but everyone's going to know anyways. I'm Lieutenant Phoenix PD, my son.
That's the guy who did it. That's the guy who did it.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. On the morning of February 24th, 2024, dispatchers receive an urgent 911 call.
I just witnessed a hit and run, and this lady needs an ambulance immediately. The vehicle just drove off. It was Ford.
Oh my days, that is the worst car to
Ford
get
Super
involved in
Duty.
a hit
The
and
woman
run
was
with,
just
bro.
running along the side of the road,
That car will
and the
damage you
guy
and
just
leave you
drove
just like that,
and
bro.
hit
And
her
it'll be perfectly
for
fine.
no reason at all.
Okay, so she was walking?
Thank
The
you.
fucking mosquito
She was
bite
just
me, bro.
taking a jog, and somebody just drove off the side of the road and purposely hit her.
Okay.
I witnessed
What?
it in my rear view mirror. I don't know if this truck is coming back. I think he's coming back.
Coming
I
back
think
for
the
what?
guy's coming back.
He's gone.
He drove
Wait,
west,
what does it
and he came back to the scene,
He
but
came back to the
Okay,
scene.
he's
did
still in
come
his
back?
truck, and he looks like he's going to drive away, but I don't know what he's doing.
Is she conscious?
I don't think so. I think
Was this
she's,
a hit and
I think
run? Did they
she's
hit the
breathing.
car or
That's,
did they hit the
that's the guy who
person?
did it. That's the guy who did it.
A Maricopa County
That's
deputy
crazy.
arrives as the caller
That's
points to the
crazy.
suspect's vehicle, but it once again turns and flees the scene.
But they say
With the
cops
deputy
snitched
unable
on
to
his
leave
son.
the victim's side, a civilian volunteers to follow the
I want
suspect,
to see
but
this.
quickly loses sight of them. Though the deputy attempts to help the victim, the woman shows no sign of life.
Oh,
At 10:02 a.m., she's
My.
pronounced deceased.
whoa.
As backup arrives, they work to locate some form of identification, but find only her cell phone.
Poor
I
kid.
thought we were about to drop some
I don't think
jokes
she
and
felt
somebody
like
died,
she
bro.
had a kid too.
Scattered along the roadway are her white earbuds, glasses, and pieces of a headlight. Her shoes were thrown from her feet, with one lying more than 70 feet from the other, a brutal indication of how violently she was struck.
She was
Hey,
hit while
just
walking.
letting you know and let Sergeant know.
Nah, bro. Lock
There's
him
a
up
possible next
immediately.
of kin over by
He is
his grave.
guilty. He
He
did
said
that
that
shit, bro.
the wife and mom were out
Hey,
running.
man. I'm
And
not
they
a
can't get
lawyer.
a
I'm
hold
not
of
a
her,
cop.
so-
Innocent until
The
proven
man
guilty, bro.
provides the phone number for his wife, 43-year-old
But
Lisa
nah,
Mancuso. A
what?
deputy calls it, and in a tragic confirmation, the victim's phone rings. It isn't long before another
Oh,
family
my
member
days.
arrives at the scene.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, what's going on, officer? My son just called me. He's crying and everything. He was right here.
He lives on the
Was
other
he?
side.
Was he?
You're
He
gonna,
must have
right
been
over
on
there.
something.
you're gonna have to
He
go
must have
down
been
to
on
Galvin,
something.
up Central to get there.
Is he somebody hit by a car or something?
They will be able to fill you up.
The man is Lisa's father-in-law. He rushes to her home where deputies are speaking with Lisa's husband and
Was
young
that the truck?
son.
Oh,
Their emotions spill over
'Cause
as
that
they
car
learn the
can
cause
go,
of her
bro.
death.
Oh my God!
oh my days. Oh my
Where's the
days.
son of a
Yeah, he needs a punch in the face.
hit and run? Terrible, isn't it?
Was it
You know what?
No word for it.
Complaining
intentional,
about a
as
stop
in like
sign here. You know, this is
premeditated,
ridiculous.
or was
They're
this
going
like in the moment
miles an
stuff,
hour
bro?
down this road.
You
I
know,
know you guys are
was she like an
spreading that.
ex
I realize
or
that.
something? Cheated on him, ba-da-da-da-da, let me hit her with the car, ba-da-da-da-da.
Really sorry.
Yeah,
You know?
No, just what would pass the house.
Every death that involves cars, bro, always just
Lisa's
like
husband
off-putting,
Stephen
bro,
attempts to
'cause
pull
like
up their
that's
security
human.
footage, while friends
That's
and
all
family try to
human,
comfort
like,
the young
related,
boy
bro.
who has just lost his mother.
Human human interference. Human what? It's human creation, bro. It's because of, it's human caused. No, this is not funny, this is not funny, this is not funny.
Overcome with emotion, Stephen takes his son inside the home for a break, while his father stays outside with
Who is
deputies.
How bad is Lisa looking? Bad?
Yo,
I mean, no.
was it that smiling
wouldn't
boy
recommend
that was
seeing
driving the
that.
car? Because if it was that
That's the best
smiling
way.
boy,
Yeah, I understand.
he's gooked.
Oh, this is gonna be devastating for him and his son.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Lisa there?
Yeah, sir. I'm sorry to say it is, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Oh my days, on their
Oh,
street.
her poor son.
She was
Back
just
at the
taking
scene,
a
deputies
walk.
gather statements from witnesses.
I noticed this woman in black,
Right.
workout clothes, if you will,
Right.
jogging. She wasn't anywhere near the damn lift.
Right.
In my own personal opinion, not seeing the details,
Right.
as far off as she was, and shame on me for saying this, there had to have been intent.
The 911 caller who saw the tragedy unfold in his rearview mirror also told dispatchers the incident looked very intentional, but deputies aren't quite certain that's the case.
Where's the boy?
Wow. So
'Cause
originally
the
he
only
said it
boy
looked
we've seen,
intentional,
well,
but
that
then
small
when I
boy,
asked
but
him
I think
about
that's the
did
brother
the
of
vehicle
the sister.
abruptly
You know what I'm
turn
saying?
into, and he said no, it was just a gradual, kind of went over like 692 or just
He
distracted
must
or
have been
something.
drunk as a motherfucker.
But you leave, maybe big truck. Yeah. Call it play dumb. Yep. You came back.
He came back. If you thought
Saw what
I just hit a box in the road.
Yeah.
According to witnesses, the truck
came back
ultimately made
because
two
he wanted to
U-turns
see
near the
if
crash
she was
site before
alive.
fleeing the scene for a final time. While the cameras at Lisa's house weren't working, investigators obtained a clear view of the truck just before impact from a nearby
Yeah,
residence. The 911 caller's SUV
That's the
passes
truck
the
that
home,
does damage
followed
right there,
moments
right?
later by the suspect's truck after rolling through a stop sign. The collision itself happens off camera, but the sound of the impact is fully captured. Despite clear footage of the truck and several witnesses, investigators are only able to get a partial license plate. Once
And that's
images
how
of the
it
vehicle
sounds in
begin
GTA as
circulating
well,
on
but
social media,
what I wouldn't
deputies
know.
receive a shocking phone call they never expected.
Yeah, because like music is
Sheriff's
always
office,
playing.
how may I
People
help
that
you?
play GTA
Hi,
without
my name is
music,
Ben
man,
Moore,
bro,
and I
you
need to
deserve
have
to be
a
in the,
deputy dispatched
I
out
don't
to
know,
me.
man.
The
You
person
not
that
say anything vile,
drove my
bro.
son's
He's
truck
very-
last night, drove him home, hit a gal on Cloud Road and Central.
Yeah, I can make that
and
tangent. I
I
can
just
go on
found
that
out about it,
tangent.
so I was calling
sorry.
to see if they could come to my house.
Is your son there?
I was about to talk
He's
about
here,
GTA,
he's here
but
with
it's
me.
a
So
serious
just so you
one.
know, I'm a lieutenant with Phoenix. I'm not asking for favoritism, but everyone's going
Oh
to know
my
anyways.
days.
I'm a
That's
lieutenant
class
with
from the
Phoenix PD.
palm
It's my son.
piercing.
Lieutenant Moore's message is relayed to a Maricopa deputy, who reaches out to him urgently for more details.
Yes, I started getting phone calls. It's the only reason I even knew. So I went outside, I looked, there was damage on the front of the vehicle. And so
Cool.
I went inside and asked my son.
What is he?
His buddy called me immediately because he had seen the pictures online.
Right.
And said he was at breakfast. That kid's on the way here right now.
Okay.
The one that was at breakfast with him this morning.
Yes, sir.
That friend says that the girl he was on a date with was driving the truck.
Where is the
What?
vehicle currently located?
It's where he normally parks it on the side of
What?
my house.
Okay.
It's where
Hold on,
it's on the side of the
hold
house.
on.
Was he in the vehicle when the crash happened?
The date was driving.
He doesn't know.
Yeah,
He was
this
passed
seems
out.
like
Okay, I
So-
understand.
they might have.
Does he
It
know
might have
who
been like a.
was in the vehicle?
Oh yeah, this is that neighbor
Yes,
I
he
was talking
does.
about. Oh,
The deputy obtains
serious.
his address and lets him know he needs to come speak with him in person.
And like I said, there's nobody delayed reporting. I didn't know anything
Must be
about
like a
it.
JD.
No, I don't even.
Started getting
Yeah.
phone calls, and he was passed out in
A
his bed
Jeffrey situation.
for as long as I can remember. So I don't know
Thank you.
times, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying. So nobody was sitting here trying not to call you or anything.
No, I am very grateful for you putting the pieces together, sir. Thank you, and thanks
Hey,
for your son for coming forward.
It's the right thing to do.
Yes, sir.
So,
Just so they know he has an attorney, and that's only for protection
Right.
because this whole thing's weird.
Yes.
So he's going to cooperate. I'm just waiting for the attorney to call me back. So
Yeah.
this isn't because he's not going to talk. He's not going to cooperate.
No, you
He's
know
fully gonna
exactly. We
cooperate.
just have to make
Because
sure
she's
I know.
his rights are
fucked up.
protected.
That's what it is.
Totally
100%.
understandable.
That's all it is, and I think you'd call for your son too. So
Yeah,
I'm just,
absolutely.
you know what I mean.
Fucked up.
When he arrives, Lieutenant Moore greets him in the driveway, along with his son,
Is this the
20-year-old Jacob Moore.
So we're going to do
Stupid
the
ass
initial, just get here, and then we're
You
just going to
stupid
kind of lock
post.
down until the
What's
detectives
wrong
are done
with
over
you?
there.
Oh yeah,
and
I
then-
ran our
then they'll
fatality
come
squad
over.
at Phoenix
Yeah.
for 4 years, so I've
So,
been a lieutenant for Phoenix for a long time, and this is one of the witnesses at the restaurant,
Hi.
Jackson.
Okay.
And they went to pick up another witness that was at the restaurant to bring him
Why are
here.
there so many witnesses getting picked up, sir?
Just breathe, dude. If it wasn't you, don't worry about it. That's the big thing. Dad'll tell you. If it wasn't you,
So they're gonna
I
pin
get
it on
other
the
things
house.
are gonna happen,
Oh,
but-
bro, imagine if she wasn't driving and they
He
pinned
doesn't,
on her.
you
That
know, he's a young kid. He's never dealt with this before. So
I know.
he's just sad at how it's going to affect me. So I told him I love you, and I would be here regardless of that.
While waiting for detectives to finish surveying the crime scene, Lieutenant Moore leads the deputy to the truck.
So it's up here, the damage. You can see, I didn't touch it, so you can see the body fluid. I'm sure that's what that is.
Oh my days, what body fluid?
But this,
You talking about
I thought it was
blood?
weird because I was left a weld back gate. And I came over here and went through the garage to get something. I'm like, why is this truck over here? It's never parked over here. And it's weird. So, strange. But, so.
Well, unfortunately, crud happens, but.
Took some.
The deputy quickly snaps
you that
photos
this
of the
guy's
truck and the
perfectly fine,
damage to the front left headlight.
But
As another deputy arrives on scene, they learn the female Jacob claims was driving his truck is named Jenica.
So, what I think happened, right? Let me tell you what I think happened, right? She found out, well, she knew about some neighbor that this guy had an affair with, because this guy looks fairly old, right? So she found out years ago, even like months ago, if this is the case, right? If this is the case, she found out that, nah, oh, you're having an affair with this neighbor. Oh, then randomly, after the date, he was like, oh, actually, that's her. And then she was like, oh, serious? What the fuck? They go. After they are done going, this nigga's like, no, stop the fucking car. They both swap seats now. Now he gets into the driver's seat, goes back to check the scenery, to scope the scenery. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was just the house driving and that was her in control, she could have just drove it off, you know what I'm saying? But then he was like, nah, get out the car, what the fuck, you just hit this person. Because she wasn't trying to go back because she had no reason to, keep it a buck. But yeah, after that, he's like, I bet, you know what? I bet, get out the car. Gets back inside the car. Now he's driving. He goes back to go check the scenery. Finds out, oh shit, she's fucked up. Now, since she's fucked up, let's just leave it right there. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? That's why they came back. But that's if she was the one. If.
Tried to call her.
Very
I was
big
freaking
if, guys.
out. And I know your
Very
camera's on.
big.
Hi, hello. I wear one at work too. So,
This is all just
so I
speculation.
go, I need her name, and he's like, he was kind of a dazed. So I woke him up. He was passed out, and it took him a little bit to know what was going on. He was just tired.
Right.
And so I woke him up, and he tried to call her, and she didn't answer the phone.
Or he was
and so
drunk.
It's some girl he met that he wanted to
Drunk
date
as
with.
fuck.
So I've never even met this girl. I don't know who she is.
Do you think it started this morning or
Drunk as fuck.
I have no clue, sir.
Though Jacob isn't willing to speak to investigators without his lawyer
Ah,
present, his
Jacobo.
friend Jackson, who was with him this morning, agrees to answer
He's about to
questions.
spill beans.
According to him, it wasn't a date, but rather a get-together involving multiple friends.
Interesting.
After a long night out, the entire group went to a cafe called Heart and Soul.
We were there, ate breakfast, had some drinks.
Okay.
And,
Oh, so they were keeping.
I was drinking.
They
I
were
don't know if they
taking off
they were there on
what
table.
do
They
you
were
call it,
drinking
hangover.
too.
They're taking over the hangover.
Screwdrivers.
Okay.
So vodka orange juice.
Right.
Kyle, another friend who was with them this morning at the cafe,
Oh, my
also
days.
arrives and agrees to answer questions.
Where'd this morning start?
We went to breakfast at Heart and Soul, but to be honest with you, I wasn't paying any attention to what was going on there.
How'd you
I
get to Heart and Soul?
I had some chick driving me, and to be honest, I don't even know her name.
Oh, okay.
She drove my
What?
truck.
She drove your truck.
What's going on, man?
Did she
Like,
pick you up in your
That's
truck?
what
or
you
come to your
guys
house
do with
first?
your trucks,
Yes,
man.
she
Just let
picked
your
my
house
truck
drive
up,
it.
and then she drove me there.
All right. So
We came from, I'm sorry, I don't even know where the hell I was.
We were talking to your house.
Yes. We came from there.
Yeah.
We went to my truck, and then we
This
took my
nigga
truck
doesn't
to
know
Heart and Soul.
anything, and you know
Kinda
what?
went
I
back.
believe him, bro.
And you don't know her name?
I believe him.
She just was acting as your DD?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know her name at all? Any nickname, first name, internet? Is she a friend of yours online?
I don't even think I met her before last night, but she was.
But she's
sober,
got the
that's all that
keys to
matters.
your car.
But she was sober, so it's all.
A very trusting man, because.
By Kyle's account, neither of the intoxicated boys drove their trucks, instead relying on two girls, Jenica and another female,
Yeah, that's
who will
weird.
soon be located and questioned. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Moore hands over his home camera system, hoping it may show evidence that Jenica was the one who dropped Jacob off at home this morning.
Hopefully there's some indoor, you know, inside the car camera, so that we can see who's driving.
Vehicle friends as well?
I ran our vehicle friends for almost 4 years, 3 years. Yeah.
Imagine like you, the
Yeah,
guy
social media's
pinning
blowing
it on a
up.
hard, and then you're
situation where
the
you have a
hard,
true
and it's
big
like,
gun
what the
that-
fuck?
Yeah, she didn't
What
do
rato?
Anything wrong?
It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Everything on social media is saying a girl's driving because they were looking for the car. I didn't see that until the people start sending me stuff. So honestly, beyond that, I don't.
So if they're saying the girl was
So
driving,
social media
damn.
is saying that a girl was driving.
Yeah, they said they're looking for a girl in this truck.
That is interesting because that was not publicly released.
Investigators later locate Micah, the girl who acted as
Oh
Kyle's
my
designated
days, why
driver
isn't
from
her
Heart and
face
Soul
hidden?
Cafe. She explains that Jenica is
She
her
might be
roommate
cooked.
and confirms the two
Micah
were at the
might be
cafe
cooked. Why
with
isn't
the
her
boys
face
that
blurred?
morning.
Micah might be cooked, guys.
Jen was driving and I was also driving. And then
Oh, interesting.
You're driving whose vehicle?
I was driving Kyle's
Alright.
and Jenica was driving Jacob's.
By her account, Jenica didn't drive Jacob home, but rather to Kyle's house.
Let me backtrack a little bit. You guys get to Kyle's. What happens after that?
We get to Kyle's, we parked the pickups, and we said goodbye to both of them, and we got in my car, and I drove back to campus with Jen.
So Jen was in your vehicle.
Yes.
Jacob and Kyle stayed at
So
Kyle's
this guy,
house.
why
Is
is he
that
acting like he
I
doesn't know
believe
the
so.
person's
They left
name,
after
where they
that, I'm
went,
not
what
sure.
happened?
Micah explains
There's
she
no
and
way he
Jenica
doesn't
have
even know
been
their
with the boys
names.
since the night
There's no
prior,
way he
but
doesn't know their
struggles to
names.
recall specific times and locations. Her lack of certainty prompts the detective to interrupt the interview with a pointed question.
Alright.
Yes,
So I'm
it
gonna
is.
ask you flat out. Are you covering for anyone?
No, I have no idea what's happening.
Interesting.
So do you understand the severity of this?
I do, yes.
Someone lost their life.
Yes, I know.
Alright.
If I knew about it, I would say something. Like, I want to be in law enforcement after I get out of college. Like, I'm
What?
a justice studies major. I would not do that at all.
To piece together
Okay.
exactly what happened after
Okay.
leaving the cafe, investigators will need to speak
Okay.
with Jenica. They prepare to follow Micah to her college dorms, where she believes Jenica will be.
Honestly,
Interesting.
I know exactly how that family is feeling right now. Because I lost my dad a few years ago.
Yo,
So
this
I-
one has a lot of justifications.
It just breaks my heart.
Just justifies everything.
Dorms, Jenica admits to being at the cafe with the group and shares that Jacob
Interesting.
and Kyle were intoxicated. Once they left, she confirms that Micah
Oh,
drove
just them?
Kyle's truck and she drove Jacob's,
Just them?
with plans to meet at a friend's house. But what she says happened next changes everything.
We were driving on like a freeway. He was like, "You missed the turn." Like, you didn't tell me. He's like, "You missed the turn. Let me drive."
A
And he started
freeway.
like yelling. And he was like, "It's my pickup. Like, let me drive." I was like, "You know
Damn,
what?
look like a freeway to me, bro. People's
I don't
birthday
want to
announcing.
be in this.
Do they
like, I don't
live
want
there
to be
though?
driving with you yelling at me. He was like all over me.
Because that
And
seems
so I
like a
pulled
very
over.
neighborhood.
So he drove
In
there.
fact,
After switching seats with Jacob and arriving at the friend's house, Jenica claims that Jacob didn't want to stay, as he was tired and just wanted to go home. According to her account, he drove away alone, leaving her in the driveway.
So, about 10 o'clock,
this is why car footage is needed, bro. Where is the car
jogging
footage,
on
guys?
Cloud Road, was run down by a gray Ford F-250.
Because if one of them are not gonna spill beans,
Tracks
then
registered owner happens to be
both of them might as well go to jail.
He doesn't remember how
Because
he got there,
who's
but
gonna take the
claims
fall?
that you were driving
One of them has to spill the beans.
and that you were driving that truck.
Okay, but most importantly,
During the hit?
It's looking like they're trying to place you behind the wheel when that woman was struck and killed.
What?
Thankfully, investigators wouldn't need to rely on hazy accounts, as video evidence would clearly show who was driving the truck just before Lisa Mancuso was struck and killed. Just after 8 a.m. on February 24th, surveillance
my mini
videos
story,
captured
guys.
Jacob and Kyle arriving at Heart and Soul Cafe.
yeah, look at these guys.
Jacob
These
can be
guys
seen
are
dragging
dumb,
his
guys.
feet, swaying off balance, and showing signs of
These guys
impairment.
are
Minutes later, Jenica and Micah join the boys and sit at their table, and they're served alcoholic drinks. One friend, who wasn't with the group but seated in the bar area with Jackson, answers a serious question.
before all of this.
Who purchased
Seems like they were
the liquor?
having
You
a
guys are
immaculate
underage.
time
I did.
You did?
before all of this.
Were they
Looked
asking
like a
for
great
ID or
time.
you just go in there and...
No, never asked.
As their waitress explains, Kyle and Jacob were both increasingly showing signs of intoxication.
They were just being obnoxious. They were sitting there dropping the N-word, calling each other and just using all kinds of profanity. So my concern was just to get them out.
At one point, after purchasing another round of alcoholic drinks,
They were the ones who were
gave them
driving.
only orange juice, telling investigators it's what they do
But
if they
nah, the
believe someone
friend
has
can't
had
get
enough
charged for
alcohol.
nothing though.
Around
'cause
8:30 a.m., Jacob can be seen
yeah,
with his arms
the friend
around
is
Jenica,
legit.
with his
This
head
nigga's
laying in her
fucked.
lap.
He was passed out, like he was about to go to sleep, and they're like, yeah, he can't sleep up there. And I was like, yeah, it's probably best he leaves. So that's why the girl goes, yeah, he's tired, so I'm gonna drive. He was drinking, so
Which
it's like,
girl said that?
Jen. She goes, I'm gonna drive his truck.
My lighting just died. Just give me a second, guys. In the meantime, I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story time. Once upon a time, there was a ghost, right? This ghost, they named him Ben, right? He used to fly around at night, you know, the lighting is back.
And I go, perfect. And I walked through the door, and then I went back to the car.
Jackson stays behind at the cafe while the rest of the friend group prepares to leave. A short time later, the truck can be seen
Jackson is
pulling into
cooked.
the driveway of their friend's house.
Jackson is cooked.
As the doors open, Jacob exits the driver's seat, confirming Jenica's claim that the two swapped seats along the way. The two
I think
talk
they
for a
swapped
while
seats
and briefly hug before Jacob enters the driver's seat once
after
more.
they hit.
Jenica walks to Micah's
But we
car
don't
to wait
know
for her friend,
at what point
while
they swapped
Jacob
seats
leaves
before.
alone. Lisa
Or
Mancuso
after
would
they
be
hit.
violently struck
Because as I
and
was
killed
saying, guys,
less
they
than
hit.
10 minutes
They
later.
hit the person.
Still, according to a
and
family
then,
friend, Jacob
I don't
has
know, one
no
of them was
memory
like,
of
nah,
being
you just
behind
hit
the
this guy.
wheel.
Let me turn
I said
around.
nothing.
The other guy was
I remember
panicking.
I
I was
remember
like,
being
oh
at
no,
breakfast.
I hit this
He goes,
person with the car.
and then the next thing you
Oh my
remember is his
gosh.
dad waking him
I
up.
don't know what to do.
As
The other
more
guy was
video
like, you know what,
footage is
let's go check
uncovered
the
and
scene. Let's
additional
go
friends are
scope the shit.
interviewed, investigators learn that Jacob began drinking as early as 11 p.m. the night before. After visiting
What do you
multiple
mean as
bars
early?
throughout
You
the
didn't
night,
sleep.
he enjoyed additional drinks with his friends at an abandoned racetrack.
When you guys are at the abandoned racetrack, and you guys are drinking, about how much did you guys drink between everybody?
I think there was like a 12-pack that we had in the truck. So that split between everyone, which is just, what is that, 2.5 beers? Probably
Yeah,
3 beers
you
each.
see that pose?
When
That
you
cup in the hand
guys
with the hand in the pocket.
were drinking
Cooked.
at the
Cooked.
racetrack,
He was
what'd you guys do
beyond.
with all the beer cans?
In the back of each truck.
You threw it in the back of the truck?
Yeah.
According to police records, 8 crushed beer cans were found in a dumpster, removed from Jacob's truck prior to the deputies' arrival. They'd been thrown away by Jacob's father, Lieutenant Moore, who openly admitted he did so
my
before knowing the
days.
truck was involved in the
He
accident.
snitched.
So, could be protein, the Coors Light, and the Monster. I picked up a whole handful of crap out of the back of his truck and threw it in here.
And while Jacob's father was seemingly conflicted over whether Jacob parked the truck in its usual spot,
Where he normally parks it, on the side of my house.
Yeah, that's
It's
actually
never parked over
weird.
here. It's weird.
the camera system his father gave police ultimately showed
he
Jacob
was the
arriving at
one
home
driving? That's
and
why
exiting the
it was
driver's seat
parked
himself.
in the places
In an
not
interview
usually
recorded
parked, you know
on
what I'm
the day
saying?
of Lisa's death, a deputy acknowledged Lieutenant Moore's concern that the investigation might appear to show him preferential treatment.
In 26 years, there are
In 26
untold
years.
sacrifices you've made. There are
What?
things that you gave up, things that you did
What?
for the better of, whether it be a citizen or
What turn did this
agency
take, guys?
or another officer, or things that you'll never get recognized for, things that you'll never get back, things that you've had to deal with that are untold and never will be told, the things that you saw and dealt with. I know.
It's the nature of police work.
Yeah. And for that to be called into, when something like this happens, because there's automatically that, well, he's protecting his kid, he's doing this, he's doing that, and I want to do everything to circumvent that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
want.
not protecting
Circumvent.
That's why we're
That's
having
the
this
day. That's the
conversation,
word of the
because
day,
I
right?
had a
not
feeling.
protecting anybody.
Though Jacob claimed to have no memory of the
Probably
incident,
means
he
prevent
Googled
and
DUI
circumcise.
manslaughter on his phone at 2:37 p.m., less than 10 minutes before his father reached out to deputies. He sent a text
I'm sorry,
message to a
guys.
close
Ish
friend an
was
hour
very-
later, one that seemed to suggest he
This is
knew
a Mazza.
what was coming next.
Like, he said, hey, I love you, just so you know that.
I'm doing the
And I said,
Travis
what makes you
Scott
say
right
that?
now.
He said I might be going away.
At the time the Ford F-250 was seized
I'm
by
sorry for
police,
Astro World,
detectives
guys.
were unable to prove that Jacob was behind the wheel at the time of the crash
I'm sorry.
and couldn't get a warrant for a sample of Jacob's blood. DNA taken from
Yeah,
the
that's why,
broken
you know
headlight
why
of
he
the
didn't
truck
want
would
the
later
sample
come
of his
back as a
blood,
match
because
to
they were gonna find
43-year-old
alcohol
Lisa
in it.
Mancuso. After a warrant for his arrest was issued,
They were gonna
20-year-old
find
Jacob
alcohol in the
Moore, in the
blood.
company of his lawyer, surrendered voluntarily at the police station. His bond was set at $200,000.
Bomba clot.
In April of 2025, as part of a plea deal, Jacob pleaded guilty to manslaughter and leaving the scene of an accident resulting in death. He was
So did he
later
just
sentenced in
did he just get
2025 to
charged?
serve 4 years in the Arizona Department of Corrections.
Oh my.
He was also ordered to pay restitution to Lisa Mancuso's family and will be placed on 3 years of supervised probation following his release.
200,000.
For the 1-year anniversary of her death, Lisa Mancuso's friends and family
That's all they
gathered to
get.
honor her memory with a 5K, with runners wearing purple, Lisa's favorite color. If you'd like to see select new
Oh.
videos early and help
My days. If you guys made it this far, please like, subscribe, man. Hey, man. This one was a Mazza, if you ask me. With that being said, see you guys in the next one. Peace.